Ickworth Estate and House was 18th century and built by Earl Bishop, the Earl of Bristol. Earl Bishop was an eccentric character who had favour in the court of King George II. It's interesting that this estate, this house, was being built in the 18th century, sort of during that sort of time that the American Revolutionary War was happening. And it was a time of great discovery and enlightenment in the world. And it's really interesting how the British, the English, were really focused on just, building grand palaces and developing their wealth and everything, while the rest of the world were battling away and all those sorts of things. So I really enjoy coming to these National Trust places. And it's maybe not something I enjoyed. I did a lot when I was a younger man. But as I'm sort of getting more mature, I'm enjoying coming to see these grand palaces and using my Olympus EM1 Mark II to take photos of them and show you. So that's my intention in this video, is just to have a look around the estate and the house and try to take a few shots and give you an idea of how I would take the shots of this grand house. I've wandered into a house and I'm going to take a few pictures of my Olympus. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can show you me taking those. Of course, I can't use a tripod in here, but I'll definitely show the pictures at the end. You may not be surprised that I've got a really low light shot, so I'm obviously not using a tripod. I'm keeping my ISO low, although I know I can use any ISO I want. But obviously, some of these pictures are going to be quite low light. This image of the cellar is very low light, and I've got a half a second exposure. I'm on ISO 200. I've just underexposed it slightly. And let's see. I handheld. This camera can do it. That's a great thing about the Olympus EM1 Mark II or any of the Olympus models. They've got a great stabilization. I've come out to the back of the house because the front of the house is all in shadow and it really won't take a very nice photo. However, the back of the house is bright, but I can't really find a good shot yet. When I set out earlier today, it was just grey, cloudy. It didn't look very nice. And now I've got here, it's just clear blue sky, no cloud, sunshine, harsh shadow. So I'm looking for the light. I'm looking for a bit of light that I can take and get a nice shot of the house, really. That's what I'm trying to find. Seeing this church behind me made me think of all the churches that were built after the Napoleonic Wars. When Britain defeated Napoleon and sent him off to Elba, they actually secured loads of funds from winning that war and they built lots and lots of churches. This church is a bit too modern and a bit too perpendicular, really, and I've just realised, having read about this St Mary's Church, is that it was restored only recently. That's why at least the main perpendicular tower looks really pristine and brand new. I've got the church and on the top third, and I've got this path leading towards the church. There's a couple sat just down underneath it, which gives it a bit of scale and depth. So I'm going to take this picture on my f4, 12/50th of a second. I'm just going to take this picture now. The house is dominated by this rotunda, which is being used for all sorts of purposes. And I've chosen this image as one to take because it's got sort of nice tree on this side and bushes on this side, and they kind of balance it out. And you kind of get an idea of seeing the rotunda through these bushes and these trees. And it's got a bit of mystery to it. I'm going to go either landscape or portrait. I'm going to try both. You probably cannot see that at all. I can't imagine you'll see the picture on the back of this camera. I'm going to stick with f4 and I'm going to take a couple of different shots of the rotunda and just show you which one looks the best. I think it's a bit difficult to go through the pictures as I'm taking them because of the light, etc. It's not quite so easy. I've only brought one tripod out with me, which is a shame because it would be nice to have two and I can show you taking shots. So I've got my 17mm lens on. I've gone for a super fast shutter because it's such a bright, completely cloudless sky, which is making the light so harsh. But I'm doing my best in the conditions as always. Just a straight shot of the building is all right, but then there's no depth. Or the line of the trees does look good, and the bushes, but it needed something else in the picture, and that's why I decided to go for an angle. But I will take this shot as well. There's people in there, might help give it a bit of scale, so I might try and take a picture of the people in. This side is similar, but it's just not, I don't think it's got quite as nice a view as the left-hand side as looking at it. It's certainly a really nice place to come and visit, and I've got the weather, beautiful sunshine. Of course, that makes my photos come out really harsh light, but because it is like a Monday afternoon, it's March, it's not particularly busy. It means there's not a lot of people here, which is probably in my favour. Otherwise it'd be full of people and they're getting every shot of mine. I don't mind that at times because people add scale and they add depth, but I don't want people in my pictures all the time, and it's kind of worked in my favour. This is a lovely shot, but it's the afternoon now, so the light is in the wrong place. Of course, it always is. But I like the shadows here that are being left by these nice topiary trees, and obviously the house, the rotunda, is lovely. It's just a bit, sadly, it's a bit in the shade now because the sun's the other side of it, but it is a really nice looking view, put it like that. Been a really nice look around the estate and the house here at Ickworth, and I hope you've enjoyed my little look of the estate, and I hope you've enjoyed the pictures that I've taken. If you have, why don't you give them a like? That'd be fantastic. And if you enjoyed this video and enjoying this content I've posted already, why not follow along with the channel and be a subscriber? If you did, that would make my day. It would be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.